ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Hey, try it. Oh. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another MonsterArts action figure review on the Bandai Tamashii Nation's MonsterVerse Godzilla vs. Kong movies Godzilla. Trying to pick up your MonsterArts, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
While down there, I ask you to please hit that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And we have a new segment here called Why Give a Shart. So why do I give a shart about this Godzilla figure? To be honest with you, I did not give a shart until you guys requested this review. I did pass on the 2019 version. Didn't think it looked different enough from the 2014 version, but this one looks pretty different, and I'm excited for these paint apps. This packaging looks awesome. I love the different colors that we're seeing right over here. It looks great. I just thought that this looks kind of like the back, but it's the front, right? Anyway, on the side it says Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. On the back, I think this is the back, because you can see the figure right there. Usually you can see the figure on the front, but anyway, you can see product shots right over here as well as the figure itself. And then on this side you can see Godzilla right over there, and then on the top you get the text that says Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. The window creeps up over there. Not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here we have Gojira out of the packaging. I gotta say, at first I was kind of feeling a little disappointed, but anyway, I'll talk about the things that I like and the things that I don't like. But first, let's get a closer look at the accessories. We just get 2 sets of interchangeable hands for accessories, and at first that actually bummed me out, but after a while I haven't been as bummed out. But regardless, I still wish that we got an atomic breath accessory. This is from NECA Toys from the 2019 version, and I will show this off attached to this Godzilla right over here. But first I want to look at these hands, because while these are not really a big deal, I mean, they're sculpted out really well, so that's pretty cool. I do like that. But yeah, these extra hands right over here, I don't know, for some reason they're enough. Like, they do add quite a bit to the figure, just having them wide open like this, especially, you know, for a Godzilla vs. Kong thing, you want to have the wide open hands. It works out pretty well with the figure. I like it. Yeah, I was bummed out about these at first, but I do think they're a nice addition, and they're a little bit sharp too. I like that. Now, of course, this atomic breath accessory is not made for this particular figure, but if you attach it to the tongue, like how you do with the figure that it comes with, it actually works out pretty well. I try not doing that for a prolonged period of time, but it looks pretty badass. It's just the teal blue here doesn't match this bright blue right here, though. That doesn't match. Now again, I don't have the MonsterArts 2019 Godzilla figure, but I wanted to compare it to the NECA Toys version of the 2019 Godzilla so you could see a difference in those head sculpts for sure. And then I have a 2014 MonsterArts Godzilla, and you could see definite changes. It's tricky to get them both in focus, but you could see a lot of differences going on right there. A lot of subtle differences, especially the head size seems smaller, right? But anyway, I really like how this looks. At first I was kind of like, oh, that's too much metallic teal and everything. And I guess me figuring out that I could use that NECA Toys Atomic Breath accessory with this figure just really changed it for me, because it just makes it so much more fun that I could do that, you know, because he's got his Atomic Breath mouth right over there. I do wish that they included that accessory though from the other version, but I guess they got to keep them separate and everything, I guess, to make this even more different, I guess. I don't know, but I do love that bluish teal color. You can see it in the eyes right there too, so yeah, that looks badass. And I do hate to complain about it, but I do feel like it's weird that he has no white paint on his teeth. I understand the principle behind it with the Atomic Breath. Yeah, it would reflect that blue light on the teeth, but I still think it could have used a little bit of white on the teeth. It's just always a little bit weird to me. And the sculpt and the paint throughout on the figure is very impressive. I mean, really, this is what you get these figures for. It's not for a whole ton of accessories. It's the sculpt, the paint apps, the good articulation, and this does have good articulation as well. But man, yeah, these dorsal fins right over here, they look amazing. That is so sick. Yeah, I really like that a lot. That is dope. I just want to get all this into view right over here because, man, I really love how that looks. Really good detail all the way to the very tip right there. That is awesome. Then, as always, this reptilian skin texturing throughout looks really good. The figure can get gappy when you articulate it around, but you're supposed to be able to move little pieces around to kind of hide those gaps, and, you know, just adjust accordingly. We do get some nice tan brown right here on the underside, so I really like that as well. Man, these details looks fantastic. One thing I'm really impressed by over here is that they have a new system right here for the wrist joint. So when you pop this off, you can see that you get a peg hinge right here instead of just a ball joint, and then they've actually sculpted detail right over here on the peg hinge. So I really like that a lot. That's a great improvement. And you can see that we got some nice Godzilla toes right there. I did want to show those off, of course, you know, it'd be a sin not to. And there's the underside of the tail. Oof, looks awesome. So I meant to mention earlier that I do have this issue with the right shoulder on the figure. It's popping out as opposed to this side. The left shoulder is all nice and snug. I thought maybe I shifted something around or this wasn't popped on all the way, but no, it's just kind of like that. But anyway, with all the points of articulation that we're getting on the neck right over here, you could still get him looking all the way up, which is great. So I'm very happy with that. That is very cool. Of course, the jaw does open up. You get side-to-side motion right here. Using the neck joints and the head joint, you can see it'll twist and turn that far one side. Gets a little gappy again. You gotta just cover it up with those shingled neck pieces right there, and it can move all the way to the side over there that way, and you'll look down that much, which is pretty sweet. So I do like the articulation over here. I'm not seeing this piece move. There's like the neck piece and then the piece above the shoulders. But anyway, the shoulders will rotate forward and back, and you can move them outward just this far, so they don't move outward that much. And they do pivot in there too, so it looks like they're on ball joints. And then you have the double jointed elbows that do bend in more than 90 degrees. You could rotate at any of these articulated parts of the elbow, so that's really cool too. All three of these move. And then you get that new wrist peg hinge system that could turn side to side or horizontally. Then of course it swivels right over here. And then you get the diaphragm joint, which is tricky to use, but you can twist that much side. Ooh, that's the most I've twisted it. I don't think I've scraped anything. I hope I didn't. It does have some really good pivot right there. As far as crunching forward, this Godzilla figure will just crunch forward only that much, and then you can see how it pivots side to side right over here. The hips do move outward very far, a lot less gappy than what I've seen before, so that's pretty good. Still some gappage, but they filled that in pretty nicely, so I like that. Legs can move back, they move forward. You get the double jointed knee, you get rotation at the lower part of the, oh, I guess you could rotate up here too, and it really rotates more at the lower part of the knee. Then you get this calf joint that turns side to side, you get the ankle joint that turns side to side, it moves down a little bit, and it does pivot. And then the tail has the joint right over here at the base of it, and you can turn that side to side. And then you get all these different points of articulation over here, so moving all of them. This popped off on me, so that's where the articulation stops. But yeah, as far as like turning it off, I wish we had one more piece right here. Oh, we do have one more piece, and I popped that off too, but that doesn't look too bad. So as far as it curling all the way in one direction, you can get that much of an arch in that tail bend. And as far as going the other direction, just want to show it off. There it goes. It could bend in that way. And then as far as moving downward, you can move it. Oh, I'm being way more rough with the figure than I really want to be. I hope you guys appreciate this, because I don't want to be this rough with my own figures, but I do it for you guys. But yeah, you can move the tail down that far, and then you can move the tail up this much, and it tends to droop down on you, but yeah, that's a good amount of articulation. Now to measure out the height of this Godzilla figure, you can see that to the top of that dorsal fin over there, it's at about 6 3/4 inches tall. Then measuring the figure from nose to tail, you can see it's at about 10 inches long. Then for a Godzilla comparison, we have our NECA 2019 version, and then we have our SH MonsterArts 2014 version. I do like the painted toenails right here on this one. That does look nice. I can't remember if he had painted toenails in the movie or not over here from Kong, but yeah. Anyway, I do like all three of these figures. I don't know which one's my favorite at the moment. I do have a soft spot for this one though. I really do like it a lot. Then here's our Godzilla figure next to the Kong 8th Wonder of the World SH MonsterArts figure. Thank you, Charlie1, for letting me borrow your figure. And I did pre-order the Godzilla vs. Kong figure. I missed the pre-order on the Mecha Godzilla, so now I'm trying to backtrack and find it. And then here's the 2021 Godzilla figure. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Whoa, aren't you kind of short for a Godzilla? I mean, in the movie, you're pretty short, but like right here, you're really So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to show some love by hitting that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And a big thanks to all these people over here that support this content over on Patreon and on membership. If you're interested, check the link below or hit that join button. I'm telling you, man, the exclusive after parties are worth it. This figure is also worth it. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. I definitely have problems with it. I still wish it had its own atomic breath, but I'm way happier using the NECA atomic breath effect, so that makes me happy. However, that whole issue with the right shoulder, I'm gonna have to perform some surgery and get that fixed, and that's very frustrating. So that's really my biggest complaint with the figure more than anything else, is just that right shoulder, but I think it's fixable. But at the price point of around $70, I shouldn't have that issue. I'm still enamored with the paint and the sculpt on this figure. It's awesome looking as hell. I'm just very, very pleased with it. And even though I have my complaints about the figure at that price point of around $70 to $80, I'm gonna give this Godzilla figure a Sud rating of
I love it!
and I'd like to know what you guys think. I mean, seriously, this was a figure that just kept on growing on me more and more as I kept on playing with it. So I really had a good time with it. Just complaints aside, I did have a good time with it. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you want to see the latest in action figure news, you can find it over at toynewseye.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me via social media, you can find me over on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.
I'm gonna play with my toys today. Well, I don't care what my people say. I'm gonna play with my toys today. Can't have one, I gotta get them all. Time to make a trip to the local mall. Oh yeah.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face, a sip, a shot, your face, a sip, a shot, your face.